How you doing, and welcome to Neither Real Music. I'm Ed, and these are the basics. Recently, we've been going over things in the key of C major. So we've already done C, D minor, E minor, F major, G major. Today we're going to be looking at two versions of an A minor chord with an A Aeolian Open Scale. Before we get started, please take a moment, ring the bell, and also subscribe. This way you know when your next lesson is coming up. Let's take a look at these A minor chords. The first A minor chord we're going to look at is only going to use our first, second, and third strings. We're going to start with our second finger in our second fret of our third string, A. We're going to move down a string, first finger, first fret, second string, C. Then we're going to go down a string again, first string, no fingers, E. So our letters are A, C, E. When we put them all together, they sound like this. In this type of a chord, it's really easy for you to accidentally use your pointer finger to touch your first string and have that string kind of disappear and not play very well. As I've said in all the previous videos, watch where the placement of your knuckles is. Make sure that these bottom knuckles are out in front of the fretboard. This way you get a better arch on the tips of your fingers so that you can hear all of the notes more clearly. Next, when we build the full version of A minor, we're going to be starting with our fifth string, no fingers, A. We'll move down a string, second finger, second fret, fourth string, E. Move down a string again, third finger, second fret, third string, A. Down a string again, our pointer finger should not have moved, so it would be first finger, first fret, second string, C. And last is our open E string, first string, no fingers, E. When we play those all together, they sound like this. The nice thing about this chord is if you accidentally hit the top string, all it does is add an additional E to the chord and doesn't really affect it overall. Remember to keep your arches and keep your knuckles out in front of the fretboard of the guitar. Another thing that you might want to try avoiding is letting your thumb creep up. It's very common for people to try to play this way because you don't have a lot of strength in your hand yet. This way is good in certain circumstances, usually with certain types of music. However, for the most part, we want to try to keep our thumb behind the fretboard, behind where my second finger would usually sit. This way you have enough leverage to push down everything. Now we're going to take a look at our A Aeolian scale. This one is shorter than the previous ones because we only have so many notes that we could hit in this position to make a full scale. We're going to start with our fifth string, no fingers, A. Then we're going to move to our second finger, second fret, fifth string, B. Next is third finger, third fret, fifth string, C. Move down a string, no fingers, D. Second finger, second fret, fourth string, E. Third finger, third fret, fourth string, F. Down a string, no fingers. Third string, no fingers, G. And last, second finger, second fret on our third string, A. Putting it all together, it'll sound like this. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A. This is your classic version of a minor scale. A minor also is the first time we hear our alphabet from the first letter that we think is the first letter all the way through our scale. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, back to A. Now what we're going to do is I'm going to play it so that you can follow me with some time, and then I'll give you a tab to follow along with. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's take a look at that with some tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to do is play the A Aeolian scale descending. We're going to start with my second finger on my second fret of my third string A. G, F, E, D, C, B, A. Now let's check this out with some time and a tablature. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now what we're going to try to do is play the A Aeolian scale ascending and descending. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's check that out with a tab. 1, 2, 3, 4. As you're learning this, I hope you're taking things nice and slow, working out all the little problems you may encounter along the way. If you're having difficulty picking, for right now, because it's slow, you could pick everything in one direction if that is most convenient for you. As we go deeper into the various scales and how to use them, occasionally I will talk about proper picking technique. It's a little bit different for everyone, but for the most part, there is some general rules that all people should follow. This is probably one of the easier scales to learn in open position. It also is the first time we distinctly hear something unique in our scale. A minor scale sounds completely different than a major scale, even when we compare it to other modes. Take your time as you work through this little area. A Aeolian is part of the C major family, so we're going to be adding it into that group. If you have any questions, please put them in the comments below. I enjoy compliments, but questions let me know that you're working on this stuff. If you enjoyed this lesson, subscribe and ring the bell so you know when your next lesson is coming. If you really enjoy lessons like this, please consider joining Patreon. There I will be adding more in-depth concepts and lessons to help you grow faster. Good luck and good practice.